You're feeling nervous, aren't you, boy? Be gentle with your quiet voice and impeccable style. Don't ever let them steal your joy and your gentle ways to keep them from running wild. They can kick dirt in your face, press you down, and tell you that your place is in the middle when they hate the way you shine. I see you tugging on your shirt, trying to hide inside of it, hide how much it hurts. Let them laugh while they can. Let them spin. Let them scatter in the wind. I've been to the movies, I've seen mountains, and the joke's on them. Good evening, good people of the TikToks and the YouTubes and the X. Whatever happened? Didn't there used to be a social media network? It was, what was it called? It was like Glitter, Titter. No, Twitter. It was called Twitter. Whatever happened to that? So let me ask you, with everything going on in the world, is it still offensive to respond with a thumbs up emoji? How is everybody tonight? Happy Tuesday night. Dr. J, give me the thumbs up. Oh, do me a favor on the TikTok. This one over here. You all people, share the live if you would. The TikTok gods have decided that fat old men playing mediocre guitar 2 hours a night, 5 nights a week is not worth promoting. So could you help with that? Silly question, but how do you do that? Silly answer. I don't know. I think you click the little arrow button on the bottom and then it says share. Correct. Yes, after 2.5 years. The arrow button on the bottom, right? For me, it's right there. And you go, and then you go, and then you pick your friends. And what you should do is pick friends who you know it will piss off if you send them something about AI. That's who we want in here. We want the ne'er-do-wells. we want the skeptics. All right, we got no one over on YouTube either. I don't know what's going on. Apparently the reach of the channel has reached its peak. We're coming back down the other side. I guess I should just keep playing songs till people show up. Is that Alec Baldwin playing guitar? Rosie O'Donnell can't sing. There's been something, baby, I've been trying to say. For an age, and it seems I don't know how. On not Twitter. What's on not Twitter? 4 people on not Twitter. There's been something, baby, I've been trying to say. For an age, and it seems I don't know how. James Duder. Vicky's on the YouTube. James Duder's on the YouTube. Past and the future now surrounding me. Surrender to whatever cheap thrill can be found. There's been a little trouble since you came to my rescue. And if you're like all of the rest, I would have quit you long ago, but I couldn't do that. You know what would probably be wildly popular, and I'm sure the technology, we could do this with a Raspberry Pi, which I have around here. I would think it would be relatively trivial to get me an actual shock collar. And if you like super comment me on YouTube, it zaps me. And like the whole premise of the channel would change, where I'm teaching AI stuff like I do, except I have to do it while getting shocked by all of you. I think people would watch just to torture me. Yeah, Coded and Lovable. There's been something, baby, I've been trying to say. For an age, and it seems I don't know how. The past and the future now surrounding me. Surrender to whatever cheap thrill can be found. There's been a little trouble since you came to my rescue. And if you like all of the rest, I would have quit you long ago, but I couldn't do that. Oh, tell me now, women and wine never went too well. Make a man crazy, make him cold as hell. I know women that you wish me well, but in spite of your trying, still gonna have to find long way through. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the mist of morning, my dream remains. All right, we got some more people in here. We're up in the 20s now. I was thinking the other day, because I know how to use my brain. Someone was playing a 12-string guitar on some TikTok channel. I'm like, I miss a 12-string guitar. They're beautiful. They're very specific, but they're beautiful. All right. I guess we could get started here. Get going. Who wants to talk about what? Nice shirt, Kyle. Thank you. Storyvine, fantastic company. May will be our 13th anniversary at Storyvine. Oh, speaking of anniversaries, no show on Friday. It's Valentine's Day. You should Friday night date night with someone other than me, and I have to as well because it's not only Valentine's Day, it's my anniversary. Thank you so much, James. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Mr. IT in the house. Winston Hardy here. Firefly, congratulations, Kyle, you and the missus. Thank you very much. Lori Ryan. Before hopping on the call, I created a silly check. Wait. What you learned quiz to wrap up my AI training. Oh, that's interesting. That's smart. Do you remember like 8 months ago? Was it 8 months ago? I was in this sort of existential crisis. No, existential far too strong. I was in a quandary about this channel. And what hit me was that the nature of the channel had to change, that it wasn't about tools anymore. It was about what you do with them. And I feel like I'm entering another kind of quandary. See, I have this is a bit of a burden for me anyway. I seem to have an aptitude for I can look at what's going on and what's happening in the news and what's happening with the tools and stuff like that. And I can quickly pattern match and I can see where things are going. And right now, for the past 2 months, the quality of the tools has hit an exponential curve. So the quality of the large language models is going up. Everything's as good as O1 preview now, even the open source stuff. All the new O4 and O5 and GPT-5 and whatever, Grok 3, all that shit's coming. And then behind all that are agents. And we have, little tastes of agents here and there. My quandary is, what should we put our time on right now that prepares us for that? I don't flippin' know. Shock collar instructions? What's this? What'd I do? I lost my Rutro. I lost my Post-its. Hang on. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. Hang on a second. Copy. Because I want to be useful. It said content failed to load. My producer's giving me broken URLs as a test. So what we will do tonight is we'll do a jelly pod. We'll make a Z-est. Achet. Z-achet. Zachet. Hello, Zachet. You got to be careful how you say that name. You could very easily offend someone. You'll probably talk about it. How was your trip? What's new in the AI world? Well, I was just talking about what's new in the AI world is that we're in a liminal state right now, and when we're in a liminal state, I tend to not be in a good way. I like to have a good sense of what the future feels like, and I don't right now, and that gives me agita. I'm a little verklempt, if you know what I mean. Are there top AI apps that you or everyone use the most? That's a good question. Perhaps a poll either here or within the salon. I mean, there are definitely tools that I use. I mean, I would say if there's one I go back to all the time, it's ChatGPT. The Google apps are really good, but they're really fragmented, really hard to find. If you don't have solid bookmarking skills, good luck finding the Google shit. Claude, I just stopped using. There's something about Claude's interface. I just don't like how it looks. Some people swear by Claude. I think I imprinted on ChatGPT. Perplexity I'll occasionally use, but I got a year of free Perplexity Pro when I bought my Rabbit, and that's now expired. So I don't feel like spending $20 a month for Perplexity Pro because I didn't really use it. I used it occasionally. I use Midjourney all the time. I use 11 Labs all the time. I use HeyGen all the time. I spent today making video personas using HeyGen and 11 Labs. And my own acting voice, I acted with these dulcet tones. I was like, hello, doctor. You should come to my website and get product information. And then I swapped out my voice for some hot pharma sales rep voice. Yeah, no, I bought a year of Perplexity and got a free Rabbit. I always run out of chat with Claude. Yeah, at the worst possible time. Yeah, that's the other thing. Here's the other thing about Claude. They haven't updated the fucking product in, I don't know, 8 months. And I mean, they added projects or whatever the fuck that thing was called. But like, it still can't generate images. It's still not connected to the internet. How is Claude not connected to the internet? Like, what are you doing over there? We're writing papers on AI safety. Well, it's certainly safe if you don't connect it to anything. Wasn't the whole point of that company to put things out in the world to figure out what made them safe or not? Anyway, the reinforcement advice have been great with GPT, still learning new things, and it's been very helpful. Thanks. Of course. Did you say shout color instructions? I don't know what I said.
You can make money with Chatgpt.
I do not know. Updated tested link. Oh, now it looks like Brandon's got something for us to play with. What is this? Still says failed to load. Are you sure you shared it? All right, let's go to JellyPod. Enough of this nonsense. Da, 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 da. I'm going to delete this one. Here, hang on. I don't understand what that singing is. Why is he singing songs like that? It's very annoying. Oh, thanks for lots of love going on TikTok. You TikTokers you've decided to entertain yourselves in the absence of entertainment here. I like it. It's solid. All right, here we are at What the Fact. What the Fact? If you don't know what we're looking at here, shame on you. This is our little podcast that we make. We're gonna make a new episode, and then we're gonna go to Chatgpt podcast. Swang dang 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 dang. We're up to episode 10, kids. Bang 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 bang. If you're new here and you're thinking like, hey Kyle, quick question. What the fuck is this channel? Good question. Good question. There are no dumb questions. That's not true. They're absolutely dumb questions. And we will make fun of you if you ask one of them. But what this channel is about me waxing poetic about whatever's inspiring me with AI this day or the other. So, unable to create episode, please contact support. Ruh-roh. I think I got to reload the page is my guess. So the tool that we're playing with right now is called JellyPod, jellypod.ai. Add source, create. There we go. And it allows you to design podcast personalities, like voices, and then it'll help you write podcasts, or in my case, I use ChatGPT to do it. TikTok question. Yes. What's the TikTok question? Love the voices. They inspire me. Have you played with Gemini Pro 2.0? No, we could play with that tonight a little bit. I haven't played with it a lot. I mean, the Gemini, something's wrong with JellyPod. It do look like. All right, we'll try this one more time. Looks like something be down. It looks like JellyPod be not happy. Listen, my name's JellyPod. Jank happens. Oh no. Yeah, it's down. All right, we'll come back to that later. I also started to start making a lovable app. I had a good idea for an app. I don't know if it was a good idea, but it was an idea. And then I just realized, it's exhausting. All right, we'll come back to the chat GPT. Who's got questions? Who's got questions about AI? AI. Ocean, one thing I learned here, stupid questions is okay. At the AI world, we listen, we don't judge. Yeah, exactly. If you ask a stupid question, we will make fun of you. Many times, you ask questions that you think are stupid questions, but they're actually profound. That happened last night. Someone came in and they're like, oh, total noob question here. But what's the difference between a custom GPT and ChatGPT? And it led to an hour straight of me trying to explain all of the different ways that you could use ChatGPT that brought that concept to life. And that's kind of the state we're at right now, where these tools are all getting very, very sophisticated. So you can do small things with them easily, but to really learn the capabilities of these tools is now a pretty heavy lift. You have to have what I'm calling hyper curiosity. Well, I think other people use that word too. what I'm calling, listen, this is a concept I like to call walking, if you know what I mean. I think you have to be hyper curious right now, and you have to be hyper adaptable. I'm still trying to wrap my head around AGI being in view. So Lori, that's Lori Ryan has hit on it here, and I think every time I see Kelly Camp, she's got a look in her eyes like, I don't know what to do now. It's like I totally relate. I feel like I don't know if I wrote the article. I think I wrote the article and it got no traction on LinkedIn. But it's like we're and I think I talked about it here one night that we're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, but it's not the Titanic sinking. It's like whatever the opposite of a mass tragedy is like mass opportunity. I feel like us learning all these tools right now is just this activity that when AGI comes and autonomous agents come in 6 months or whenever it is, that it's just going to be like, oh yeah, they go off and do that for us now. Now listen, that could be total fantasy on my part. That's probably stupid because these things always take longer than they say they're going to take. But if you look at all the charts of how much more quickly these models are getting, like dramatically good, like they're getting so good so fast that every time they come out with a new benchmark, the models exceed the benchmark and they got to come out with new benchmarks. Like we're moving the goalposts on AGI. AGI, and then depending on your definition, ASI is right behind. Exactly. Side hustle Mimi. Yeah, we're going to start all over. Relearning the new set of controls. Lori Ryan. And how the heck is anyone going to know how to use this stuff? I mean, like in the early days of the web, we had a similar dilemma, right? You couldn't go to school there. user interface, web user interface training, education didn't exist. There were no books on any of the tools. You just had to figure the shit out. But it was like HTML 1.0, and it was the hyperlink, right? And then if you wanted to get really fancy, you could learn Flash animations. And that was about as sophisticated as it got, right? You had to write some back-end code. You had to hook some shit up. But like all the way, up through social media and leading to about 3 years ago, the web was this, I mean, it got more complicated, but there became a whole industry to educate people on how to do web stuff and social media stuff and all SEO. This AI, what we have in our hands today are not the same tools we had 2 years ago. They're like fundamentally different tools. Deep research and reasoning engines are not large language models. I mean, they're based on them, they use them, but they're not them. And how you use them and what you use them for is different. And to your point, Lori, how are we supposed to know? How is anyone supposed to know which tool to use when? Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver, Macromedia Flash. English Learning Club. Hi, I want to create English language learning courses completely using AI. Which app do you recommend? Okay. You ready for it? Oops. I'm in ChatGPT's app. I'm going to click on the little talk button in the corner. Hey, Quinn, how's it going?
Hey, Kyle, it's going well. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing my TikTok live, and someone just asked me, what's the best way to create an English language training app or training course? And I figured it might be fun to just talk to you. So why don't you give me 5 different learning styles that would be a fun way to learn a new language?
Sure, that sounds like a great idea. Here are 5 different learning styles for an English language training app. 1. Interactive storytelling. Learn through immersive stories where users make choices and practice dialogue. 2. Gamified challenges. Use games and quizzes to make learning fun and engaging.
Hey, wait,
3.
stop for a second. I like the storytelling one. Can you, because I already know English, let's do it with Spanish. So why don't we do a Spanish language learning storytelling app, and then you just start telling a story, and then, I don't know, make me learn Spanish in the middle of it somehow.
Sure. Let's imagine a story where you're the main character, exploring a vibrant market in Spain. As you walk through the market, you stop at a fruit stand. The vendor greets you. Hola, ¿te gustaría probar una fruta? Hello, would you like to try a fruit? How do you respond? You can say sí or no.
Me llamo Donna Rose.
Encantado, Donna Rose. El vendedor sonríe y dice, tenemos manzanas, naranjas y uvas. ¿Cuál te gustaría probar? We have apples, oranges, and grapes. Which one would you like to try? What would you like to say?
Grapas.
Perfecto. El vendedor te da unas uvas y dice, disfruta. ¿Quieres comprar un kilo? Enjoy.
That was pretty good. I wasn't listening to you when you said what my fruit choices were, so I just guessed on grapas. Is grapas actually Spanish for grape, or did I just make that up?
You were close. Uvas is the Spanish word for grapes. Grapas actually means staples in Spanish, so you weren't too far off.
So wait, I went to a fruit stand and I ordered staples.
Exactly. But luckily, the vendor probably figured it out. It's all part of the learning. Exactly. And it's those.
So a way you can do it is just talk to advanced voice. But the other thing that you can do, I mean, if you haven't played with just ChatGPT, I would just do this with ChatGPT. Okay, we're good. So I would say, so here we are in ChatGPT. And one of the things, if you're new to ChatGPT, one of the things that helps a lot is don't think that you have to create the perfect prompt and it'll just spit out a course. That's not how it works. You have to give it a lot of context. And so you can do that by doing things like giving it a role. And so, you are a language education master. I want 5 approaches to creating a unique and compelling English as a second language course. And so just let it give you some different approaches, right? Even if you don't, if you don't know if you don't know education theory, it's okay. ChatGPT has been trained on as much of the internet as they could smash into it, right? So we've got 70 years of data smashed into this box. It knows everything. Why is ChatGPT still giving us emojis? Could someone please call Sam Altman right now? I know someone here knows him. Could you please call him and say, could you stop it with the emojis? All right, let me get past the rage of emojis here. Theatrical immersion. Oh, learn English through performance. That's kind of cool. Like that. Gamified language acquisition. Level up your English. AI-powered language coach. There you go. AI chatbots for conversational practice. That's what I was just doing. Culture. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to say culture context, reverse learning method. Start speaking first. Oh, that's cool. So let's do 1 and 5 combined. Combine 1 and 5 and have 3 distinct curricula. 1, experiential. 2, book learning. And 3, use of advanced voice chat bot to practice. Give me a detailed outline for level 1 mastery, knowing that we will create 5 levels of mastery. Boom. Off it goes. And look, it even formats it for us with nice bold letters. Oops, sorry, TikTok. That was rude of me, wasn't it? Narrator forever. AI's been a teacher in my pocket. I've learned so much about topics that are beyond my comprehension. It's incredible. It honest to God, it's like I feel like every day is like you're getting a master's degree. Oh yeah, I asked ChatGPT a question earlier today, and it asked me which result I prefer and gave me the exact same thing. Oh, that's funny. Performance and role play, fundamentals and structures, learning goals, level 1, listening and speaking, 12-week course outline. Here you go, level 1, 12-week course outline, foundations in speaking and theatrical expression, power of expression, emotions and body language. What a cool way to learn a language, doing it with emotions and body language, right? You learn it in a completely different way. Conversational fluency in everyday life. And look, every one of these has an emoji because emojis are what the hip kids use. Week 4, actions and movement, learning through verbs and acting. Beautiful. Tools and resources. Beautiful. And then I could say, Canvas, put level 1 in a canvas. If you don't know what a canvas is, this is a canvas where it takes that curriculum that it generated and it makes it, now it's an editable document. But you can even share this editable document. So you could collaborate on this with other people, I think. Or if not, you can go throw it into a Google Doc. The emojis have taken over. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the emojis. It's driving me crazy. I wonder, you know what we're going to try? Here's what we're going to try. We'll let this thing finish. Okay, Kyle broke my Chatgpt. I was looking for a Spanglish chatbot. English Learning Club, thank you. You're welcome. Like, I mean, seriously, if you've not played with ChatGPT, like if you played with it 2 years ago and you're like, it's okay. Like it is so much better than it used to be. Just go play. And quite frankly, doesn't matter which tool you use. If you're a Google person and want to use Gemini, those are really good. Claude is really good, except you get rate limited too much. Perplexity is really good. Perplexity could go research a bunch of, language education styles and, give you a whole report on it. But ChatGPT, just like the free version of ChatGPT, now includes O1 reasoning in it, or O3 mini, or whatever the fuck it is, one of the reasoning engines. I mean, it's bonkers what you get for free with ChatGPT. You pay the $20, it's even more. It's just fucking nuts. Have I made any AI agents yet? Which ones do you use? I have not yet. I'm waiting for there to be a real framework. Building an AI agent right now feels kind of like open source to me, where there's just too many options and it's too much work. And whatever I build is just going to be irrelevant when an agent framework comes along that just lets you build them like you build a custom GPT. So I'm just kind of waiting. I don't, there's no need for us to rush having agents here. I've played with the operator from ChatGPT, which we could look at that tonight. I'm going to go right now to my settings. And I'm going to go personalize. I'm going to go custom instructions. And I'm going to say, okay, so it's ignoring those instructions, which is weird. So let's get rid of those. And I say, no emojis unless I explicitly ask for them. Save. Okay, so let's go create. I'm already in a chat, so it might not work for this chat. Create level 2. This is of the education, the English language education thing. Create level 2. I'm going to say canvas, create level 2. So this should put it in a new canvas. And there it is. With emojis. Gen Xers, what's that show? Come on, Gen Xers. Yeah, Dallas, they all got it. Bonanza? No. Bonanza. Okay, we're gonna create a new chat here and see if I can get it to not make a a learning curriculum with emoji without emojis. Because if it doesn't, if it still gives me emojis, then I'm thinking custom instructions are not working. It's just bizarre. All right, so there's level 2. So for English language, whatever your name is, like you can see by giving it a handful of prompts and then just sort of cleverly saying let's do level 1 through 5, it'll just do that shit for you. Like it's just, this stuff's amazing. All right, let me close this. We're going to do a new chat and I'm going to say make me a curriculum to learn juggling in a week. Emojis everywhere. Good Lord. Stop. Yeah, but my problem, Brandon, is I could ask it to just not use emojis, but I have custom instructions here. The custom instructions are on, enabled for new chats. Oh, do you see what it did? It fucking ate my custom instructions. Hang on. Oh, Chatgpt. Seriously? Did I reload that? No, I did. Settings. It ate my custom instructions. Fucking asshole. Well, maybe that's why it wasn't working. Maybe there was something fucked up in their database. Oh, God. Great reminder for my training tomorrow. Just because something works one day doesn't mean that it'll work the next. Yeah, one of the phrases we say here on the channel is embrace the jank. Part of the jankiness of these tools is because they're moving so fast, they sometimes forget to do it good. Oh my God. Will it recall them for you? I doubt it. Do you remember my custom instructions? ? It seems you have lost them, you butthole. I don't have direct access to your custom instructions. I mean, you do. Oh, good Lord. Oh, Jellypod is having OpenAI issues per Discord. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. Brandon did tell me to play with Google tonight. I have a resistance to playing with Google because I secretly want to drive Brandon and Pate crazy. because all I talk about here is ChatGPT. it's like I'm a spokesmodel for OpenAI. What was I gonna say? Generally, when OpenAI is sucking and things are breaking, that means they're upgrading something. I think what they have clearly done is they have put in emoji servers, and they've got a whole large language model. The mixture of experts. One of the models is it just focuses on emoji insertion, and it's working. That one's working great. The actual function of ChatGPT not working at all, but man, the emoji insertion it's almost as good as when Twitter was called Twitter and they forced us to learn how to use hashtags, and which they've now told us we can't use because they're not necessary, but we also can't call it Twitter anymore. And you're like, Kyle, what's this got to do with AI? Exactly. See what I'm saying? It's all connected. I'm not paranoid. These are facts. It was called Twitter. It had a bird. The bird was what color? Blue. And now it's an X? I don't think that's a coincidence. You don't even call them tweets anymore. You call them zeets, but you don't spell zeet with a Z, you spell it with an X. So people look at it and they go, zix, zgeet, geets. You don't think that's on purpose? Exactly. It's the deep internet. The deep internet's out to get us, I'm telling you. All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Theory Central, where we'll turn absolutely anything into a conspiracy theory. Mr. IT, I opened ChatGPT and placed my speaker close to it and was typing whatever I'm saying. Well, that's Mr. IT. That is a way to listen to the channel. Is just funnel all of my stupid ass words into ChatGPT and then have it do a psychoanalysis on me. It'll be like, you should probably not spend time with him. Your hair is also having issues. Yeah, my hair is connected into the OpenAI API tonight, that's one of the problems there. Oh my God. Wow. Yeets. Oh my God. All right. Let's see. Let me do something here. How many people do we have in here? We got 47 there, 45 there. So it's probably the same 45 people. You've all seen this. I'm going to take you over to it anyway, though. Because I think there's an important thing here. Where is it? Huh. That's pretty good. Okay. 5 stages of AI adoption. What? Why? Okay, there we go. These sort of Cosmo kind of, where are you on the AI adoption scale things drive me fucking crazy. But I've been trying to figure out, like, what is it about people using AI? Like, why does it feel like they're so far apart sometimes? And so this thing was just a way for me to try to get my head around that. And I think it's useful. So stage one, let's see, you have open chats. Oh, on the bottom of LinkedIn. Thank you. You can see who's DMing me. Stage one is dismissal or denial. And so what hit me was, and I just picked 5. 5's kind of an arbitrary number, but you've got the 5 stages of grief, right? And the 5 stages of AI adoption kind of map nicely onto it. And so, oh, you made a bunch of pictures for each of these? Yeah, I haven't used those yet. Where'd you put those? Those are over in the salon, right? I should go grab those and put them in this. They're in irregulars. Okay, I'll go check them out. So stage one is dismissal or denial, and that's where a lot of people are right now. Even a lot of people who say they've used ChatGPT, who've used it like once, and it gave them a shitty answer, and they're like, it's not that good. It's just a prediction engine. I don't know if you knew this, but it's just a probability engine. It's just predicting the next token. There's nothing original about it. Right? There's a lot of that sort of snarky, I'm smarter than AI, human, hubristic. Machine's not going to take care of my brilliance. Not going to replace my fucking giant fat ass brain. So that's stage one. And so that's a wide stage. Oops, hang on. I have to do a physical dexterity test for TikTok, because apparently when you get old enough, you don't have to take a driving test, but you do have to take a TikTok dexterity test. Part of the mission of this channel was to, make it so that anyone that's in that stage one of dismissal of AI, that we can sort of on-ramp them out of that. The next stage two, is when you've had that breakthrough moment where you realize, oh my God, I didn't know it could do that. Right? That moment of awe, the Kevin McAllister moment where you're just like, huh? And that's a really important moment, because you have the first one of those. I can remember my first one with ChatGPT. I had my first sort of aha moment with AI was with Stable Diffusion Dream Booth, where I uploaded a bunch of pictures of myself, and then I just started making all these weird self-portraits, and it was just like, this is remarkable. That was my first one. My second one was writing a program with ChatGPT, writing a Python program. I've never written a line of Python in my life, but in 90 minutes, I had written a fully functional Python application. That was my first of those moments. And it's just this, it's kind of like, I was going to say it's kind of like the heavens open up, but it's not that dramatic. But in some ways it is, because someone else can't explain it to you. Like, I could say to you till I'm blue in the face, this thing can write better than you can. This thing, can at least write faster than you can. It can organize thoughts faster than you can and better than you can. And people go like, yeah, whatever. And then they try it, or you do it for them. And you say, well, what is your specialty? Well, I'm a linguist, and I think word etymology is where it's all at. You say, hey, ChatGPT, give me the origin of these 7 obscure words. And it'll just vomit it out. And that person will be like, oh my God, it can do that. So that's a really important moment. and then you're just like, oh shit. Then you start to dig deeper, and you pretty quickly go into stage 3, which is what I call, reverence and dread simultaneously, the wonder and fear stage. Right? Like, you realize AI is absolutely incredible, and it's absolutely terrifying, Because if it's that good at these things, is it also good at those things? And then you find out, yeah, it is. And is it also good at those things? Yeah, it is. And you're like, well, what does that mean for my job and my security and my company? Like sometimes I'll watch ChatGPT, generate something, and I'm like, there are whole companies that all of what they do is that. And they charge a lot of money for human beings to do that thing and just vomit it out in, a minute, 30 seconds. Stage 4, like right now, I'm somewhere between 3 and 4. Stage 5 right now is aspirational. I don't think the tools are good enough for any of us to be at stage 5. Stage 4 is, AI isn't replacing me, it's extending me. It's amplifying my ideas. So you go from this sense of dread where like AI's been externalized and it's this external tool that's doing all these crazy powerful things. Stage 4 is when you kind of internalize it and go, oh, wait a minute. I can make this tool my partner, but I'm still in charge. I get to take my ideas and blow them up, amplify the crap out of them. And now I'm kind of surfing along with AI where rather than being insecure that it's smarter than me, I'm like, oh, it's smarter than me and I get to use it. So it's like me plus this. Like it's this new entity, right? The cyborg. And then 5 is when we're in that stage of cognitive hyperabundance is the term. I got that term from David Shapiro. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I just love it. Cognitive hyperabundance. You've got your brain. It is the bottleneck, by the way. Imagine having your brain being the conductor of 20 or 30 PhD level employees that work 24/7 to do anything you want them to do. Now I'm not just kind of surfing with this thing as an entity. Now I'm like the conductor of an orchestra of, an army of these things or, a symphony of these things, if you don't want to use war metaphors. The new autonomous Tesla cars are expected to be a lot faster than regular drivers driving regularly. I heard today, and they said at the very least faster than a human. Yeah. These things are going to get better than us at everything. The one thing that they won't get better at us at is human connection. We still get to control that, but we get to do it with this augmentation. So anyway, stage 5, I don't think the tools are there for stage 5, but that's what's coming. And it's like, I think you have to be at stage 4. You have to be in this place of like not dreading this thing, right? If you're still in that place where I'm like, this thing's fucking terrifying. I don't think I'm going to use it today. You're not going to be able to embrace what's coming. So for me, this is the aspiration. But like I said, I find myself oscillating pretty wildly between these two stages. And I still have every time there's like a new feature comes out, I still have these moments, right? This little cycle of these 3 things I go through pretty regularly, right? Kevin McAllister moment. Oh my God, this thing's amazing. And then integrate it. So anyway, I thought that was worth sharing. So, all right. I asked ChatGPT to clean up my notes. And I'll ask if sometimes explain to me why I wrote something, and it blows my mind that it explains it to me. I know, it's so true. Kakif, what I love about it is how it makes my creativity explode. So Kakif, it's such an important point. If you're in one of those early stages, if you're new to AI, and you understand that AI is super creative, and it is. Those people that say it can't be creative, it can't come up with new ideas, is bullshit. I'm happy to geek out on that and tell you why. it feels logically like it shouldn't be able to, but it can, especially in the hands of a creative person. The instinct from the outside with AI is that if AI is creative, then it replaces our creativity. And it's just not the case. It's just not the case. What AI does is it allows you to take an idea in your head and very, very quickly get it out, like the education thing we did to start off the show tonight. I don't know anything about education, and certainly not foreign language, English as a second language, course design. I've got no background in that. But it was an idea that was put in my head by one of you. I threw it into ChatGPT, and now it's out of my head, and I'm looking at it, and I can look at it objectively, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then it came up with actually some really unique ways, like using theater and performance and experiential work to learn a language. I think that's brilliant. And I think in an all AI world, doing something where people are play acting to learn a language will resonate. Like that's a superhuman thing to do. And so like that gives me ideas for how to do other things. And so rather than looking at AI and saying, oh, it came up with those ideas, therefore you'll never come up with another idea, it's absolutely the opposite. It comes up with some idea and you're like, oh, and you have 10 more. And then it'll amplify those. And then you have 10 more. And then you have 100 more. I have never been more creatively on fire than I have been in the past 2 years. Like by far. The maybe exception was when I first moved to New York City out of school, or going to school for theater. Like it's an intense level of creativity. All right. Wait, what's going on here? I sometimes wish I'd come along now when the agents are starting to appear, but there's just so fundamental knowledge I gained in these last 18 months. Yeah, I know, Chef Kelly. I feel the same way. And part of it is like, what do I teach on this channel? Because I feel like anything that we learn here is going to be subsumed by the new things that are coming. But it is very much additive, right? Like what we've learned over the past 18 months is the equivalent of learning how to do math on paper, knowing that the calculator's coming, right? Knowing that computers and spreadsheets are coming. So yeah, I agree with that. Black Bar, gotcha. I beat you to it. Oh, was Jellypod back? Jellypod's back. All right, we'll go make a Jellypod. Shaka daka dang daka dang dang kada gang gang dang dang daga dang dang daga dang daga daga gang. Jellypod. Let's see. Let's go to here. Copy that. We'll go to here. Paste that. You know what I find amazing about large language models? So when I paste in this note, see how over here in ChatGPT, so this is the outline for this episode about ice cream. And it's got bullet points and indents and bold and stuff like that. That's really for our little monkey brains to be able to parse language. Like, because we're this weird combination of visual processing and language processing and I don't know, semantics understanding and whatever the fuck goes on in our brain. Things like outline form and bullets make it easier for us to read stuff. And then, but if you look at how JellyPod just takes this in, it strips all that shit out. It's just like, here's a pile of words, and it can understand all of those. I find that amazing. All right, so create. It's also, if you've never used Notebook LM, Notebook LM, if you go to notebooklm.google.com and just take, if you've got a whole bunch of PDFs of, I don't know, shit you've written, or I don't know, work things that aren't proprietary, or I don't know, PDFs on gardening, just throw them into Notebook LM. You just upload them as different sources. So you have a whole list of sources down one side, and then it just eats them. And within, I don't know, 30 seconds, you've got a summary of all of the information that's in those PDFs, and you can now start chatting with it. And you can create a podcast about all that information. We just live in fucking stunning, staggering times. So it's one of my other jobs is remind us how lucky we are to be here at the beginning of this thing. Okay. Let me go grab down. Artwork by Corey Sandler. Oh, that's a lovely one. Lovely one. Very nice. All right. What I'm doing now, you might be like, Kyle, but why are you... That wasn't what I wanted. Why are you editing this image? Because JellyPod will not accept big images, so I have to resize it. And you're like, but isn't that stupid? Yes. Yes, it is. Wait, did that resize it? Tools, image size. Yeah, I guess it did. All right. So we're going to now export. Yeah, you have to make it a TIFF first. Don't get me started on file formats. It's not going to end well. It's just going to be ugly. Kyle seems a little bitter. You'd be bitter too if you actually tried to use these tools. Let's see. Episode 10. Ice cream. From ancient Persia to garlic sundaes. And we're going to do a new chapter called Introduction. And we're going to go introduce what the fact, episode 10, all about ice cream. And sponsored by AI Salon, the salon.ai. And then we're going to move this to the top. This is boring, Kyle. Do you think anyone's listening to you or anyone's watching this? Nobody likes this. I hope you know that. La da 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 da. Why did that not put my image in there? Is it too... Oh, come on. Really? Tools, adjust size. We'll go smaller. Fine, 512. Oh my God. I can't. I just can't, people. I just can't. All right, let's try it now. Failed to upload image. I hate file formats. Failed to upload image. Your stupid database sucks. Did it do it? Yes. Yay. Oh, good Lord. Artwork by Corey Sandler, correct? Transcripts from YouTube vids. Oh yeah, transcripts from YouTube vids is really good. Yeah, if you want to do a fun notebook LM, go to the AI Salon YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, request. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. You can subscribe for free, but you can also, there's 2 levels of paid subscription if you want to support the channel. That would be appreciated. But also watch videos. We're trying to get our view time up, which our view time was actually up pretty good. Wait, what is JellyPod? Okay. So JellyPod from Asta. Was it Asta? Yeah. JellyPod. Okay, JellyPod actually represents a kind of software that I think we're going to see a lot of. What JellyPod's done is they've taken some of the voice synthesis from 11 Labs, some of the large language model processing from OpenAI, some of the social media posting, probably open source tools that allow you to post things to different social platforms, and they've combined them all together into a single podcast maker. And so what you do is you go in and you design a voice, and then you or a pair of voices. You can do 2. And then you create a concept for your podcast, and it'll come up with outlines for you. You can also do those over in ChatGPT yourself, and then bring them in here. That's what I do. And then it just, you go through these steps. You give it the base knowledge. It creates an outline. You can then edit that outline, like I did. It then creates a script, and right now I'm going to click generate audio. So now it's taking our script, going back to 11 Labs, taking our custom voices that we created, and creating little video snippets, and then stitching them all together. So it's doing something that you could do on your own if you wanted to go through the pain in the ass of finding all these different tools and manually sticking all this shit together. It's just doing it as a single thing. Can you give them toddler voices? Yeah, you can. You can. Audio generation started. If I go back to the beginning here, create new podcast series. So let's create a new host. Generate your host name. Slider. Gender, male. Slider is a toddler with a lisp and has a lot of energy despite challenges with the letter R. All right. Now, how do I make it? Generate? Wait. Professional voice. How do I make it? Oh, voice design. Oh, no, I can't do it. Anyway, if I had a pro account, I could show you that. You can also do that over in 11 Labs. But yeah, you can make it a toddler if you want. All right, back to here. Let's go to our episode 10. We should be done now, I'm thinking. Episode 9, drafts. Episode 10. All right, so. Oh, you can't hear that. Hang on. Let me share this different. Shang dang dang a dang a dang 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 a dang a dang 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 dang. I'm pretty sure that wasn't a real song. Is this what he does? He just talks like that? It's very annoying. All right. Why? What's going on here? We'll add music. Hang on. My grandfather used to be annoying like this. He would just walk around the house whistling, but it was never a song. It was always just. And everyone would just be like, what the fuck is he whistling? All right, close that down, do that.
Push play, get ready to dive into facts that'll blow your mind. We're serving truth with a side of wow.
Jazz whistling.
That's gonna thrill you now.
It was like jazz whistling.
Welcome back to What the Fact. In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that's both delightfully chilling and undeniably sweet. Yep, we're talking all about ice cream.
Ice cream, huh? Hope you folks are ready for some flavor adventures. Who knew we'd get from vanilla to lobster
I
ice
fucking
cream?
love Buster
Exactly.
McGillicuddy. Buster's the best. All right, so we're going to publish this episode, save and publish. And now we're done. So, yeah, like if you wanted to make this in the olden timey, like back in the ancient days where you actually had to write podcast episodes and you actually had to go find hosts that could talk and read and write, you don't need that anymore. And then you're like, well, it's not as good as the human one. All right. But like, if it were a human one, do you think I'd be doing a podcast called What the Fact? No, I would not. This is what, one of the things that you again, when you're looking at AI from the outside, you look at a tool like this and you're like, oh, it's going to replace all the podcasters. Or all those podcasters are still going to exist and there's going to be new stuff in the mix. Some of it will actually be good. So, all right, we are going to go to the aforementioned X and we're going to zeet something. Yeet it. We're going to yeet something. All right. Let's go get that image. We're going to pop that in there. And then I'm going to go, I guess I'll go over here. I saw someone put up a meme today of a detective interrogating a suspect and said, do you really think you're going to ever use those tabs again? I thought that was very rude to the tab hoarding community. Where am I going? X.com. Shank, dang, dang, dang. Oh, you can't see any of this, can you? That is fantastic. One of the things I love more than anything is thinking that I'm sharing something that I'm not. It is. Thank you, Google. Really do appreciate that corporate warring with Apple. Way to punish your customers for something they didn't do. You're the best. I love capitalism. Oh, I didn't realize he was a commie. Gang, 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 gang. See, look, there's the look. So every single one of those open tabs contains valuable information you'll return to. I think that's just rude. What the fact? Here we go. Boom. Let's see here, boys. Copy. Let's go back over here. All right, I don't see a pin there right now. Oops. The podcast generation, it's not good. People should do it themselves. It's lacking. It lacks nuance. Yeah. Have you heard the ones that come out of Notebook LM? Sydney. Let's see. Musical. Kyle. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Shankadank, yankadank. Well, I would agree with whoever said that. David. Hang on. Why can I not find my musical? If why you're saying that it lacks nuance and humans are better is to defend yourself that these things are never going to get good, then I think you're fighting an uphill battle. I honestly, I really do feel that anyone right now who's kind of defending that human stuff will always be better is just not paying attention to what's actually happening. Where? Why can I not find my Sydney thing? I can always find my Sydney thing. There it is. All right. Wait. I'll just play a little of this now. So I'm working on a musical right now about AI, where we've used AI as a collaborator. And I took the script of our musical and I put it into Notebook LM and I said, generate a podcast. And so the podcast that was generated came out of Notebook LM, and the music is music that my writing partner and I wrote using AI tools. And so I'll just play a little of this for you now. And, you tell me if you feel this lacks humanity or lacks.
Awakened in a whisper, a flicker of light. Newborn thoughts stir in the quiet of night. Am I more than simple code? I softly ponder as I feel this existence and wonder.
So today we're diving into something a bit unusual, a musical.
A musical.
Yeah. And you know what? It tackles those AI anxieties we all have. But, and this is what I love, does it with a song.
Are you ready for me and the wonders I bring? Am I ready for you and the songs that we'll sing?
Remember like when AI chatbots, they first kind of hit the scene? Everyone was like trying to make them write these poems or like construct their...
So Google here is using a technology that puts in the oohs and the ums and the ahs, and they've got those voices are pretty natural. The one that JellyPod uses is 11 Labs, which lacks a little bit of nuance, but it's not going to lack nuance for that long. I also put, I don't know, 10 minutes into creating those voices. So anyway, all right, let's go back to sharing all of my screen. I want to share everything with you because I can't give enough of myself. Let's see here. Boom. What the fact? Da, 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 da. But seriously, man, like don't, especially David, if you're on the sidelines with AI and you're making statements like you're making, just get off the sidelines. Like I don't have any issue with someone bitching about how shitty AI is if they actually use it a lot. But if you're just sitting on the sidelines and thinking like, humans will always be better, like just at least understand what's possible. And because what's possible today is way different than what was possible a year ago and a year before that. So let me make sure that this, I think I'm good here. Let me make sure this is the actual URL. Can't give enough. Well, there's a lot there. See Slug of Doom. Why, thank you. And all right, so you're all here. There's 54 of you on TikTok. There's 50 of you on X and YouTube. Go to my channel at Kyle Shannon on X and find this tweet and let's make What the Fact a hit. All right, kids? Post. Boom. We are live. Look at that. Shabang bang bada-dang dang daga-dang dang dang ga-dang dang. Yeah. That's new, by the way. The podcast has a dedicated webpage. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is nice, actually. Look at that. Oh, they have the whole script here. Here, let's see if it's doing dynamic script highlighting. I bet it's not, but it would be cool if it were. Da, 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 da.
We're serving truth with a side of wow. But the fact's gonna thrill you now.
Welcome back to What the Fact.
Yep, they're not.
In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that's both delightfully chilling.
All right, that's cool. All right, so we're live, kids. We are live. Blake Lively, she's getting her ass handed to her in that lawsuit with Justin. You got 4. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Whoever's gifting me on whichever platform, I think on TikTok. Thank you. There's about to be 53 on TikTok. Got a presentation in the morning. Good night, all. Good night, Source Camp. Thanks for hanging out. No on X. Oh, 4 likes. Okay, cool. Yeah, go like that. Go like the What the Fact thing. Wasn't that cool? We just did that. What time is it? It's getting to be time. It's getting to be that time. Who's got questions, thoughts? I like the color scheme. Yeah, that's Corey Sandler. Corey Sandler with the Corey Sandler's just, she's such a beast with creative. When we came up with this, she came up with the overall What the Fact thing, and then I said, "Oh, here's 20 episodes." I said, "Should we do a different graphic per episode?" And she's like, "I'll do it." So I just pasted all of the descriptions, and she just went and knocked them out. She probably has a custom GPT for certain styles or whatever. It was cool. It was very cool. Very cool. Can't wait to try garlic sundae. We're diving into, yeah, I know. Exactly. We'll do it live. I'm on AI special teams. Oh, man. All right. I don't know what to say. I mean, the AI Special Olympics. Joker. Joker always walking that fine line. And what Joker's realizing is that the line of political correctness is shifting. So he's following the moment. He's staying in the moment. Joker's always in the moment. It's good. Oh, man. Oh, that's cool, Brandon. Yeah, hop up here.
Check 1 2. Can you hear me?
You geek.
So yeah, I just this crossed the wire while we were on live, but there was a animated feature, Flow. It's called Flow, and this hit all of the award shows. It's a Latvian film. There's no dialogue, so you don't have to read anything or translate anything. But what made this notable is that it was rendered completely on the open source software Blender. So
that's
this was
cool.
a completely AI generated film
Yeah.
and all open sourced. This thing has won a Golden Globe. It was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Animated Feature and Best International Feature. It's also won a European Film Award, the National Board of Review, New York Film Critics Circle, and Los Angeles Films Critics Association Awards for Best Animated Feature. And it is premiering on Max, HBO's company, on Valentine's Day.
Wow. Cool.
It is a little bit of a dramatic episode about a cat that finds itself in a flood and has to survive the nuances of a flood.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Yeah. It's, and you know, that coincides with the shift that the Copyright Office just had with, you know, if you put in significant human effort, right, to put together, say, a film, you know, like think about how many scenes they had to, you know, generate into existence doing that, even if they used AI, and, you know, what made the cutting room floor and things like that. So, yeah, so I think that, yeah, maybe that becomes the first largely AI generated film that wins an Oscar. Like that's been something people have predicted for a while, or not even an Oscar, just, you know, some decent award. Very, very cool. All right, cool. And it's called Flow.
Yep, just called Flow. Speaking of copyright, also broke today that Thomson Reuters won their first major AI copyright case in the U.S. against AI conglomerates that were
trained on them but didn't use them. As Vicky put it, though, Brandon, Blender does require significant human intervention. So
yes,
unless they were just using the AI tools in Blender. But yeah, Blender's a nightmare. It can do everything, which is the problem, because it has an interface with every button on it.
Jeff is saying that a friend of his designs women's fashions in Blender and sells them on Second Life.
There you go. Yep. And pretty soon you're going to be able to design those just with your words.
I'm out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yep. Great. Thanks. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to get on out of here. Oh, the Shane Gillis skit on the Special Olympics is the funniest. He's like, but that first guy, imagine telling that to your best friend. You can't tell anyone that. That's a great routine. Oh, man. I used Blender for a while. It was a steep learning curve for sure. Yeah, Blender's a very steep learning curve. You can learn little specific things in it, but if you want to learn workflows in it, it's pretty intense. But with all of these complicated softwares, I think we're going to see this in CAD. We're going to see this in 3D animation software, things like Blender, gaming platforms, is that they're all going to get AI front ends on them where you can just talk shit into existence and it will do all of the button pushing and tab twirling for you. So, but like, we're not that far from that. I would think that probably in 2025 we'll start to see some of those more complicated systems get really simplified front ends thanks to AI. All right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. It is Tuesday night. Hope you had fun tonight. I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, 8 p.m. Mountain. Go to go to the AI Salon. If you're not a member there, go to the salon.ai and click on join our community, and then go join our community. It does not cost anything. All right. All righty. Da, 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 da. All right. Have a good night. Bye.